Like, subscribe.
I'm dying.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left, beat left.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah!
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well done, Andy.
There was a lag on my end. What do you want from me?
Well done. What's up, fam? Welcome to an A2D Wrestling special. Some of your favorite and least favorite guests from Lazy Booking and in this very ring, myself and Maddie, the Ginger Gang, also with Mr. Ritz himself, Andy Ritter, coming at you guys live with the NXT Stand and Deliver. Well, what we thought would be a post show, but what is going on? The shoulder's not down. Anyway, this is what happens, guys. They're going past the time. We're at 10:30 now, so hey, here we are. Stand and Deliver, NXT TakeOver, wrapping up. We imagine in the next few minutes. Right now, we have Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, which has been an absolute knockdown, drag-out dogfight. Let's give some love to our sponsors quickly here. Body Check Wellness, promo code A2D is going to get you 20% off. Anytime Riley Cote, the former Philadelphia Flyer, joins the Hockey Happy Hour, which would normally be in this time slot, but they gave us a Tuesday so we can bring this special A2D Wrestling show to you.
You're not missing anything.
Anytime he joins, you're going to get 40% off of a special package that they have, and also, again, 20% off a purchase of regular items there. So make sure you guys check them out, bodycheckwellness.com. Who else we got here? Andy.
We got
pay attention.
our doc.
Pay attention.
He's
Pay attention.
What do you want from me?
You're producing.
I'm also watching. Do the read.
I can't do it if you don't bring it up. Specialized
There it
Physical
is.
Therapy, our doctor, Dr. Paul Vidal. You can find him in Burlington and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can find him on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. No appointment necessary, so make sure you hit up the doc, get yourselves taken care of. We're about to have an unsanctioned match right here on the air between me and Ritz over here. But listen, for yourselves, tough time right now. A lot of issues with people. You know, when it comes to COVID and everything else, there's a lot on everybody's plate. When you talk about mental health and addiction issues, it's one of those things that it seems like this society tends to turn a blind eye to until it's too late. But we don't do that here at A2D. We're proud to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox, and we want you to use that phone number, 856-651-8117, for yourself or for anybody who you know who may need some help. Please make sure you guys do that. Check it out. And also, hey, looking to buy or sell a home? Looking for a change in your career or brokerage? Contact Alan Foy of eXp Realty LLC at 302-682-8820. Or you can visit him at alan.foy@exprealty.com. NXT TakeOver, Stand and Deliver, guys. We're having a hell of a show. I got to say, Night 2 has really been pretty freaking phenomenal. In my opinion. And we're looking forward to recapping. Oh, here we go. Oh. This match is insane.
This is an incredible match. I thoroughly have enjoyed everything I'm watching right now.
You know, and did we expect anything differently, boys, from these two guys? I mean,
not at all.
No, they were going to tear their house down. We knew it.
I mean, this is already up there for match of the year in 2021 for sure.
Oh, 100%.
And we still got how much of the year left?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be tough to top this one. I'll tell you that.
That is true. That is true.
But for everybody,
can we say that?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, are we safe to say that probably nothing in Mania is going to top this?
I mean,
or do you think?
There's nothing. No, there's nothing that should top this.
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
but this kind of ties into the poll question, though.
Which is?
Night 2 is better than Night 1.
Yeah, agree, disagree. I thought Night 1 was very, very good last night as well, by the way.
I loved it.
Yeah, I have to give them a lot of credit. And we're gonna definitely break those down. But I think right now we just got to roll with the live reaction that we didn't expect to be doing. I mean, I know we're all kind of within like a 30 to 45 second difference here, and I'm sure we're going to be a couple of minutes behind everybody else.
It's the most wrestling answer that Tom has ever said on any show.
What makes you? Do you think he looked that up? Do you think he looked that up to be 100%?
I bet he doesn't even realize it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely, he doesn't realize it. But well done, Captain, my captain. Pete Evans of Birds of a Feather agreeing. What's up, Ralphie D, joining us here, guys. Make sure you're commenting. Oh, Jesse Bell. Hey, boys, first time. Fellow Body Check podcast. Love it, brother. Welcome, Jesse. Appreciate you having
Welcome to the
join
party.
us for the first time. And again, for all you guys, listen, we want your live reactions. We want your reactions to night 1 and night 2 of NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. We're going to definitely break the cards down, but right now, as we said, this is kind of impromptu. We didn't expect to still be we didn't expect to be going live and this still be going on. So
yeah. Not at all.
Well, I just got the result.
That's good. Thanks for telling us.
I'm not saying anything.
It's going to go easier than Chrome than me.
Ooh, that's going to do it.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Wow. Ooh, man, look at his back.
I mean, I want to know whose bright idea this was. Oh, no. Yeah.
See, the funny part is you're behind, so we don't even know what you're reacting to.
Oh, I know. He reacted to the move, clearly.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Well, phenomenal match, guys. Look at ringside. How tore up
carnage everywhere.
Love it. I mean, you had everything from the technical wrestling to the striking to the hardcore aspect of it. They gave you everything you could have asked for in a match like this, and this is what you look for, right? Tom, love this. Love you too, Dad. Everything. Andy's reaction, right? Everything you ask for in a match of this caliber, in a blood feud, right? So put this in your mind, guys. NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver has this blood feud between these two guys, a legitimate blood feud. But yet WrestleMania, we're getting a blood feud over someone calling someone stupid.
I knew you were going to come back to that. You were going to full circle it.
If that doesn't tell you the disparaging between NXT and Raw and SmackDown booking, I don't know what the fuck does. Honestly.
Wow. What an ending. What a moment for Kyle O'Reilly, by the way. Kyle O'Reilly gets the victory in a knockdown drag out. Absolute massacre of a match there between these two guys. And that ending was something else.
Can I ask, though, they used everything. The only thing that really wasn't truly used was a table.
Or the kitchen sink.
Or the kitchen sink. But what's the fascination, it seems like, with chains and the tire iron? That was kind of I don't know, death, murder.
I don't know. I mean, the whole thing is these guys are going at each other out publicly, right? They're going to each other's training facilities, right? There's no bounds that these two gentlemen wouldn't go to seek revenge.
And that knee strike, you watch it in slow-mo, Adam's back takes 100% of that chain.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. This was let me tell you, man, this was a fun match. It's the kind of matchups that, are just, they're great to see when, you know the psychology of this match. You know how it's supposed to go down. It's supposed to be
Kyle,
like you were talking about.
Go back into the hole, Kyle.
that would be amazing.
Don't back into the hole, Kyle.
Just whoops.
Turn around, know where you're at.
Big moment, falls through the hole.
There we go.
Oh, God. Talk about getting buried.
Yeah.
But he'll be the first one to bury himself.
Wow.
Nah, I don't think that'd be the first one.
Two phenomenal main events, by the way, night 1 and night 2.
Oh, yeah.
The women were a great main event for night 1. This was a great main event as well. You know, you love it when you see it. You know, you love when you see 2 straight nights worth of really great competitive wrestling where the athleticism gets to shine. And, you know, as much as people, you know, sometimes like to say NXT is the minor leagues, I really can't even say that, honestly. I would say it's the major at this point in time. You really can't argue that at this point.
Yeah, I don't even know if anybody does that anymore. I mean, to me, it's the third brand. You know, I know we still say the quote-unquote main roster is just kind of habit. But, you know, when you're looking at how NXT now orchestrates itself, how it's comprised, I mean, you have guys and ladies that almost seem like lifers, like they have no intention of leaving there. Such as people like Ciampa and Gargano and I mean, Finn, maybe at this point. I'm going to be real interested, though, and we're going to go down through the card, but I'm going to be very interested to see who does come up now to Raw or SmackDown over the next week. There's a few possibilities that I'd love to talk about. I'm hoping that one of the ones we just saw is, but I highly doubt it because there seems to still be unfinished business in NXT.
Right.
Which, I mean, clearly I'm speaking about Adam Cole. But with that, let's start breaking into night 1. Andy's going to go through the card, and let's start talking about the card.
So we start out night 1 with Pete Dunne winning against Kushida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, phenomenal match. You know, these two guys, and I'm loving this next level that we're seeing from Kushida, by the way. You know, I'm a big Kushida guy. You know, me and Maddie, especially in the early days of this show, or of our show, used to talk a lot about NJPW, or at least a fair amount. And I know Kushida is a guy that we were very, very high on, and him coming to WWE was one of those things where you didn't know how it was going to go, or NXT, how he was going to be booked, and I thought it's kind of lost in translation to start, but having him kind of turn it up a notch and draw that little bit of an edge that he's having. He's putting on phenomenal matches with everybody he's in with, including Pete Dunne, who to me is one of the best wrestlers on the planet, hands down. And what I love about Pete Dunne is how meticulous he is. He's one of those guys. He's a technical guy. He can fly around a little bit, but you know, I'm a fan of the guys who do the little things that you would do in a fight, the manipulation of joints and this and that. You know, it's why I always liked Randy Orton, who would basically stalk his opponents like a snake, and he would walk around them, and he would kick them on the leg, and then he would kick them on the side, and then he would kick them in the ankle. And basically, you know, without cracking fingers, he would go after every little point of your body and weaken it. And that's what you see a lot of with Pete Dunne, right? And I love to see that from those guys. I thought it was a phenomenal match. And listen, Pete Dunne is going to go. I think we kind of knew Pete Dunne was probably going to go over Kushida in this match, unless somebody else felt like something else was going to happen. But both guys come out looking like winners. A great opener for NXT TakeOver, period.
Correct. And I think out of all the matches that we saw, this one was probably the most technical. Of how they went about everything. You didn't see a whole lot of high flying. You saw a lot more just pure wrestling. And to Chrome's point, Pete Dunne specializing in that digit manipulation that he does. It's just it was fantastic to watch. Great way to start it out.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, like you were talking about, Chrome, you know, when Kushida first signed with WWE back in the day, it was a few years back, and, you know, like you were wondering how it was going to work out because him being a junior heavyweight, you figure, oh, boy, they're going to put him in the Cruiserweight division, and he's going to kind of just sit there and rot, you know, but they didn't, you know, they decided, you know, let's put him in the ring with, you know, some of the top talent that we have, and he's definitely had some great matches with some of the guys that they've got, you know, and I like the fact that, you know, one thing that Kushida can do is submissions, and that's sometimes people forget because he can do the high flying stuff, and he did do that a lot in Japan. because a lot of the guys in Japan do that. So, but I like the fact that you add that where it's like, okay, you can add that submission side to him with Pete Dunne, especially because Dunne does specialize in that as well. It was a good move for counter move kind of style that they were going for, which is very European, but it also shows the diversity that Kushida has, and it shows that it definitely played to Pete Dunne's strengths. Not that Pete Dunne can't do other things. Pete Dunne has a power game. He has a technical game too, but it definitely really helped show like this is what they're, this is the range Kushida has. This is Pete Dunne's like wheelhouse in the submission game.
Agreed.
Yeah, definitely.
100% agreed. Great tone setter for NXT TakeOver. And again, that just kind of laid the groundwork for what we were going to see throughout the 2 nights. Next up, Andy.
The 6-man gauntlet elimination match. The winner received a shot at Johnny Gargano's NXT North American title tonight. We saw Brosnon Reed defeat Isaiah Swerve Scott, Cameron Grimes, LA Knight, Dexter Lumis, and Leon Ruff.
So phenomenal match again. You're going to probably hear that from me a lot because I don't think there was any match on either card that I disliked. I do have my gripe. I'm not a fan of what they're doing with LA Knight early. Losing immediately twice.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised by that. Yeah.
At the expense of Brosnon Reed. And I was speaking with somebody and texting last night during that match, and I said, well, I watched it on delay, so they didn't spoil, but I texted with them as I was watching. They had already watched, and I'd said, I'd love to see LA Knight win this match, but I already know it's going to be Brosnon Reed because they just kind of set that up. Yes, you got it, John. Absolutely. Ritz, Matt, Chrome, the triple threat.
There's our faction name, the Triple Threat. There we go.
There it is.
Wasn't that an ECW faction? Wait a minute.
It was Shane Douglas,
Lance Storm, and wasn't it Justin
No,
Credible?
it was Shane Douglas, Chris Candido, and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Damn it.
There we go.
Jeez, come on, man. We gotta work on your
No,
outside
I
of
just realized
WWE knowledge.
I used to be really good with ECW knowledge. I used to be really good with it.
Yeah.
So I guess because of that, Chrome gets to be Shane Douglas since he likes to rip Andy. And then
Well, I think Andy has to be Bam Bam Bigelow at this point.
I saw it coming too as soon as we said it.
Can we
That's why I
tattoo
went,
the head?
no. The owner of my dealership has asked me to paint my head.
For Halloween. For Halloween, though, Bam Bam would be a great Halloween costume. Get somebody to paint the flames on your head.
No!
Or you cosplay at WrestleMania as Bam Bam.
Yes.
Maybe. I'm a little more prone to that one.
I guarantee you would get on like the WWE 24. I guarantee it. They love cosplay at Mania, and I've never seen a Bam Bam Bigelow cosplay. You have to do it.
Maybe. We've got a year to think about
It's
it.
either that or you have to. It's either that or we go back to the "I'm a Bad Bunny" reference. Then.
Bam Bam it is. Okay.
All right.
He's a Bam Bam bunny.
Shut your mouth, Matt.
But I did, I liked the way that this match went. LA Knight was not in the match for very long either, right? So I liked how he took out Dexter Lumis. While he's in the midst of doing his hold. I love Cameron Grimes, by the way.
I don't know what it is about Cameron Grimes
throwing the money,
but last night he came out and I said, "Jesus Christ, it's a new JBL."
See, he's doing. I can't say that because he's
had going around the Capitol Wrestling Center, and I went, "JBL's had a son."
Hell? Yeah. Well, he's more. He's wrestling's version of the Beverly Hillbillies, right? That's essentially what we're seeing.
He's JBL had he never moved to New York.
Maybe.
Well, okay.
I'll tell you what.
I don't know if JBL could fit into that Beverly Hillbillies thing because he would be smoking cigars and drinking. I don't know if they'd be down for that, but
No, and by the way, if you haven't seen it, the Untold of the APA, phenomenal. Check it out.
Ooh, there's an APA Untold.
There is, and also, did you watch the Edge Mick Foley one from WrestleMania 22 that dropped this week.
No, I do a lot of my stuff on like pay-per-view days. I wake up and I just binge network stuff.
Well, definitely watch that one. I watched that one, and then I put it on for my family to watch the actual match after. Priceless reactions to that match. Priceless.
I can only imagine.
But yeah, no. Getting back to TakeOver, I really was, I thought that they did a really good, strong job. Everybody looked pretty good coming out of this, including Leon Ruff, who was a boy amongst men in terms of stature in that match. And I thought he had some really strong spots. I thought, again, another very, very well booked match.
No, absolutely. I agree 100%. I don't know if I agreed with the Brosnon Reed win, though, to your point. I think you could have done something else with this, but
they're very high on him.
But see, I like him. I do. I don't know. I don't feel like he should have won last night.
I mean, he's FWO for life, man.
Well, I know. He's from the Down Under section.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Down Under chapter of the FW.
He's holding it down for you, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. The match I was most excited to see had to be Walter versus Ciampa. Walter versus Ciampa for the United Kingdom Championship. He broke the table with his hand. You understand me? With his hand.
Maddie?
I mean, all I can say is that Walter's freaking hands must be like fucking sledgehammers. And just getting chopped. Like, if he slapped you, if he open hand slapped you, you know how when we watched on Dark Side of the Ring, how Godfather talked about back in the day?
Table with his hand.
Imagine, though, like when Godfather said he used to be able to knock people out by open hand slapping him when he was a bouncer. If Walter did it to you, he'd kill you. Like, he would literally end your existence if he put all of his force behind it, like he did. He broke the freaking table on that shit.
I mean, everybody, listen, we know the most legendary chop is Ric Flair, right? But I don't give a shit what anybody says. Walter has the most brutal chop in the history of professional wrestling. Hands down, no question. When you hear it, you feel it. You don't have to be the person actually taking it to feel how brutal
I don't know if you guys have been in an arena when Walter's been in an arena.
Yes.
I have not.
Okay, so I was at Worlds Collide last year, right before the Royal Rumble. First of all, that is one big bitch.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Second of all, it's no joke when you hear him hit somebody. What you hear on television is exactly what you hear at home. I was sitting with a friend. She'd never seen wrestling before. That first chop came across. She'd never seen Walter before. Let me phrase that. That first chop came across somebody's chest. She went, no more.
It's heart-stopping. It really looks like it's heart-stopping.
By the way, breaking news.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it. Ryan.
5-year, $100 million deal to play every fucking position.
I think you undersold him, though. I think you need to bump that up a little bit more, maybe to 200.
But listen. Interesting. So I thought this match, again, great match. I had an issue with the ending.
Oh, yeah.
The weakest chop ever of everything that Walter does, put Ciampa out. And by the way, thank you, Tommaso. Thank you. Thank you for finally going back in the Wayback Machine and looking like a 39-year-old man and not a 59-year-old man.
I'm going to tell you what I told you yesterday. Meth is a hell of a drug.
My God. He looked like he was, for all you people from the Philadelphia area, he looked like he was like top dog under the bridge in Kensington.
Oh, Christ.
And Thank the Lord that we got back to a real Tommaso Ciampa. Walter Ciampa is a match of the night. One, Walter Ciampa, not just brutal and human, but being, but also announce table. Ritz, do you want to be chopped by Walter or get a German suplex
by Brock?
I'll take that
German. I'm taking that German.
Without question, I'll take a German by Brock all day.
All day and twice on Sunday.
There's a very good chance you may actually be knocked out from that. So with Walter, he'd probably keep your ass awake so you could feel that.
So unrelated wrestling news, but ironically enough, everything unrelated to wrestling usually breaks. DMX passed away.
Damn.
My era, I was in high school when DMX was in his prime and really a big deal. So I know for all of us here, there's a lot of DMX fans here that grew up on his music. Very influential in the industry and on pop culture. So I know for myself, for the guys here and everybody here at A2D Radio, we send our condolences to his family. And rest in peace, brother. That's very, very sad to hear. I think we unfortunately, I think we saw the writing was on the wall with the medical reports we've heard over the last couple of days. But
yeah,
very, very tragic and sad. So rest in peace to DMX. Moving on. Yeah. So my question, guys, okay, let me ask you this. You know, we talk about these lifers. Oh, honey. Oh, no. Honey, no. It's real. Oh, no. I tuned in and I see the news. Rest in peace, CMS. It's right, Frank. Very, very sad. But let me ask you guys. Could this be a sign of maybe Ciampa's coming up? What is there left for him to do?
I mean, honestly, he's already faced everybody there is to face. He's
lost to everybody at this point now too, because he's been jobbing out to everyone. I mean, he's putting on phenomenal matches, but he's doing the business for everybody at this point.
True, and I mean, he's won all the titles. So I mean, at the end of the day, he really does have nothing left to accomplish.
Well, he hasn't won the North American title.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but he doesn't need. What? Go ahead.
Well, do we need another Gargano Ciampa NXT feud? I'd love to see it on the main roster. I know we keep saying main roster. I'd love to see it.
I think we got so used to saying the main roster.
On Raw or SmackDown, I'd love to see it. But do we need another NXT feud? And we've seen it where Johnny's been the heel now at this point, too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great rivalry, but let's put more distance between it. And let's revisit it at another date. If both men are still at competing in WWE, and we can come back to it later when we've got more fresh, we can revisit that. But for Ciampa, I think he'd be a great injection of life to either roster, whichever one he would wind up going to. The question is though, which one would you put him on? Because you have a situation where okay, if he's going onto a roster, where would he go? Because people would immediately want to put him in a world title picture scenario. You would immediately like to think he could qualify for a world title, which he could. But the thing is, then you run into the issue of, okay, well, you'll have Drew on one roster, and you want to give him a run after you get the title back on him at Mania. Secondly, on top of that, you have Roman, who's doing the heel thing right now. So do you put him with Roman and have that feud happen? But then the issue is, do you take the title off of Roman after Ciampa beats him? Because he's a babyface now. So
I don't think you need to immediately throw him into a title picture. Let him come up and just work a ton of matches with people. And then maybe Apollo, Apollo's probably going to win the Intercontinental title. I can't imagine he's... I can't imagine...
We don't even know what the match is.
I know he's going to win.
That's why he's going to win, because he's the only one who knows what it is.
No, he said a promo. He doesn't even know what it is.
Oh, you know what? You know what, though? It makes sense, though, because think about it. It could be like one of those old matches where the heel is constantly changing the fucking rules every time the face beats him, and there you go. That's how he wins.
Fuck that. I said it the other night. I'll say it again. If this match doesn't happen in a pool of water on the side of a cliff, I'm disappointed.
Honestly, I feel like this match should be closing one of the nights.
I can go karaoke right now. I can walk out that door if we're gonna say stupid shit like this.
I'm just saying.
Oh my god, that'd be great. Well, it's funny though because when you think about it, it's like you remember how they had the Duchess of Queensberry rules back in 2001? Are we gonna have a chieftain come out and then tell somebody like, "Oh no, you can't win on a pinfall. It has to be submission only. There are rounds and shit like that until fucking Apollo comes out on top." Because if they do that, then I'm actually just gonna laugh my ass off and enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you. Ryan Hart, Ciampa to Raw, and Cole to SmackDown would be fantastic. Nothing left for either on NXT. Yes, I would agree with that. I would like to see those two probably go to those two brands. I think you would, what's he say? I'm worried for all NXT call-ups. The main roster has crushed almost all of them as of late. Yeah. I mean, the problem now is you're looking at your main event picture, and the majority of them are still fairly young, right? When you talk about Drew and you talk about Roman, we're not talking about, AJ at 42 and 43, where he can, he's at the point where he can kind of slowly start to work him out of being in every main event picture, which they've done. They've made a transition now to where really the focal points are younger guys, and and they're bigger guys. It's going to be hard to overcome that. It really is. Doesn't mean that there's not other opportunities for them. Doesn't mean that their time's not going to come. I wouldn't be immediately thinking that they're going to jump into a title picture, whoever it is. And I don't think that's the way to do it either. I don't think that that's the way to do it. I don't think throwing Adam Cole in against Roman to do the honors is the way to go. And I would imagine Ciampa would probably come in as a heel on Raw. And same thing. I don't think that we need him to jump in immediately and do the honors for Drew. Let them work and build up and see where it goes from there. Adam Cole's someone you could have go after the Intercontinental title.
True. That would definitely help that belt 110%. Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get high-quality matches. And that's no disrespect to Big E or, really anybody. But with Adam Cole, you're getting world title caliber matches in an Intercontinental title program, hands down.
Correct.
As long as Vince does not take the Adam off and just start calling him Cole for no fucking reason, then I think we'll be okay.
No, you don't want him to just be Cole?
I mean,
he usually gives them their names back eventually. I mean, Ali is back to Mustafa Ali. Chad Gable's back to Chad Gable. You might get like
wait a minute,
Skinny
he's still
C.
on Skinny C. Oh my god. That's going to be his next name.
Skinny C, baby.
I'm so pissed.
Oh my god.
That might be his new name anyway, whether they do it or not on this show. Skinny C, baby. Adam Cole, Io Shirai, and Balor could go to the main roster. I don't know if Balor wants to. That's kind of.
I don't think Balor wants to go back.
I don't know if he does or not. I'd love to see him come back with this actual specific gimmick, back to being the Prince instead of the Demon gimmick. I think that he could get a little more leeway that way, or a little more tread that way. But I don't know. We'll see. Io, I think Io will come up, and I would imagine she's probably, if she
Io
is,
Asuka.
she'll go. See, I don't know. I think they might put Io on SmackDown. I don't
bullshit ever.
Well, I think they just brought Rhea up to Raw, right? And I would imagine that Rhea's probably going to win. So I'm looking at it from that perspective of, we just seen. What's this say? Vince is going to bury every NXT guy that gets called down.
That's not the one I'm laughing at. That's not the one I'm laughing at.
Brodo.
When LA comes to me, it's a New York day. Stop it.
Oh my god. And you know what? Vince is probably thinking about that too. Oh, that's the sad part of it. Oh boy.
Here's another one. If Elias goes back to Elias Sampson, does he finally win a match?
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh my god.
I can't even remember all the names. The one I will say, the one that really annoys me is Matt Riddle. I don't know why it does.
Oh wait,
Everybody
the name's
knows
the
his
only
name.
part that the name is the only thing that upsets you about Riddle.
I don't know that the rest
name-
of it is Vince, because I feel like that's his personality. Like, he's a
No.
guy I can
I'm
see
talking
riding
about.
around on a
I'm
scooter.
talking about, and I'm gonna borrow a phrase said from a friend. Fucking Pidgeotos during his entrance. What the fuck was that? I know we're off topic here, but god damn it. I get it. The dude's higher than a kite, 24/7, 365. But I don't need to be watching Raw thinking I'm tripping.
God, could you imagine? Could you imagine if him and Rob Van Dam in his prime was on the roster at the same time? Holy
They
fuck.
wouldn't do it.
Holy fuck.
Oh
There'd
my
be a
God.
there'd be a solid cloud just trailing outside the building.
They would probably like hide somewhere, either in their cars or they would hotbox someplace in the fucking arena.
It's
Just
like,
open
wait,
it up and just a
where's
wall of
Riddle
smoke.
and Van Dam? Just go follow the smoke.
And Sabu would be in there for some fucking reason.
By the way, Van Dam, fantastic Hall of Fame speech.
I have to go back and watch it.
It was so much better than I really expected it to be, and it's no disrespect to him, but I definitely expected like a short and sweet stoner kind of speech, and it wasn't. There's a lot of like really good substance in it. So shout out to him. Great Hall of Fame speech by him. I really enjoyed the Hall of Fame this year, by the way. Short and sweet with almost everybody. It was fantastic. Well, they was with everybody. But that being said, next match, sir.
The triple threat match for the tag team titles. MSK wins against Grizzled Young Veterans and Legado del Fantasma. I butchered that whole.
That's okay. We expect that from
I should have just stuck with Mendoza and Wild.
You froze at that time too after you had
did.
butchered that. It's like you put yourself in timeout, or the internet did.
All right, now the internet's taking shots at me too. This is cool. This is what I signed up for today.
But
All right.
so I want to get your guys' reactions to this, to the result. Obviously, we know Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan. Burch hurt, so we had to obviously
Shut
time
the
around, locked in
hell
one time.
up. I do more on one show than you do on the two that you're on. Shut your mouth.
If I've ever said anything about Greg, the one thing I've always said, Greg has an eye for fuck-ups on air.
Well, yeah, because he's a king of them.
Proceed, sir.
I enjoyed the hell out of this match. I thought it was everything that a tag team match should be. I think these guys kept great pace throughout the match. It was high flying, but at the same time, just very, very rapid with it. You know, that's really all I can break it down to. It was so quick, and I'm big on MSK. Very big on MSK. They kind of won me over with the what's it called? Through the Dusty Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And so these guys, I think these guys are going to be fantastic champions.
Maddie?
Yeah, I mean, that was a fun match. You know, I liked it because, you know, you had, you know, two young teams. You had one that's, you know, two luchadores, and then you also have MSK, which, you know, two guys who are obviously not afraid of, you know, flying around either. You had a good, you know, match that showed that both teams were very similar and dissimilar in some ways. You know what I mean? They had similar offense to each other, and they had different offense to each other, and it worked well. It mixed well. And yeah, with the Grizzled Young Veterans, I thought that they brought that sort of the opposite approach to it, and it definitely added more to the match. I was a little surprised they didn't win, only because I thought they were going to go with them and maybe have MSK chase or what have you. But you know what? I'm happy MSK won. I thought, you know what? I liked this team the first time I saw them. Nothing's changed. They're a really great team, and I hope they get a good run with those belts. Bring back Benjamin's mama.
Did you see Evan? I'm trying to birds fly through my screen when he got in the ring. I thought that was just me for a second.
Exactly. Fucking Pidgeotos.
So this tag team match, like Andy said, had everything, right? And to your point too, Maddie, right? You had the Grizzled Young Veterans, who again, they can do great high spots, but those guys are freaking technicians, right? Which counterbalance the luchador style and the high flying style, right? 3 totally different style tag teams. I've been an MSK fan for a long, long time, well before NXT, when they were Impact singles guys and then became the Radicals, right? These guys there's a chemistry between them that is just, it takes me back to, when I look at them, I think of a young Motor City Machine Guns. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. They remind me so much of that, and they're with their style, and they're kind of just they almost have it's not like a punk rock. Well, I guess kind of like a punk rock feel to them too.
What was it? Ink?
Oh, Shannon Moore. And,
yeah.
What was his name? What was the other dude's name?
But I kind of see, to your point, Crow, what you're saying. You kind of take Motor City Machine Guns, take a little bit of Ink's attitude, and you have MSK.
Yeah, and I just love the story that they told in the match between all of them, right? And then, you see even that spot where Grizzled Young Veterans has them both in the submission moves, and one's gonna tap and the other holds his arm, and I don't remember what their new names are, so I'm just gonna say
Wesley and Nash Carter.
Right, when Wesley is, I don't remember which one's which.
Hold on.
They got new names. You tell me the names, like I know which one is which, Andy.
All right, Wesley is Dez.
Okay, Dez. Okay. So, and I love Dez, particularly when he used to be in X Division matches and Impact. Phenomenal talent, right? The spot where Dez is getting ready to tap, or Wesley, or whatever the fuck his name is, and then Nash Carter holds his arm. Do I have to say his full name, or can I just call him Nash? You tell me.
Nash Carter, you take your pick.
Okay. He holds his arm, and that was a great storytelling, right? And I thought that the commentary team did a phenomenal job too of talking about how they're so supportive of each other, and they're there, and they're they have each other's back. I just really enjoyed this match tremendously. I'm with you, Andy. I think I was surprised that Grizzled Young Veterans didn't win the Dusty Classic a year after losing in the finals the previous year. Not so much this time around. I just feel like there's a momentum that this company, or at least in NXT, seems to have behind MSK.
Well, and I don't think it's just MSK, right? I noticed it a lot tonight. There are certain people that, for lack of a better phrase, in a storytelling role, can't get the job done. Grizzled Young Vets are one. Candice LeRae is another one. We're going to talk about that when we come tonight, too. Right? Match just died, okay? Are you good?
No, I was laughing and trying to hold it back because, I'm waiting for when you shit on Candice LeRae.
Oh, it's coming. Up until tonight, Kyle O'Reilly couldn't get the job done. Right?
True.
They put these people in these situations, and I don't know if it's because they tell a great story with whoever they're in the ring with, and they trust these guys enough to put their opponents over in the way that the company wants, or if they just say, hey, we're going to put you in there, do great, don't do great, don't care. I truly don't understand it.
Well, I mean, do you think these guys go back to NXT UK, or maybe that's
No, I think they need to stay here and they need to run roughshod after they take the belts off of MSK at the next takeover. Right?
So you think MSK drops the titles immediately next pay-per-view?
Well, that's like 3-4 months away.
Still,
I don't think they're not going to defend them. It's not going to be their first defense by no means, right? But I think everything should culminate to a match at the next takeover. MSK drops to Grizzled Young Vets. Because you can't call yourself Grizzled Young Veterans if you're not doing shit. You ain't done shit.
I mean, they're just putting on phenomenal matches.
Don't get me wrong, but what do you have to say about it?
But you can't say that because Johnny Gargano loses almost every takeover match he has, and he's still an icon in NXT. So to that point,
but he's won titles. He's won titles. At the end of the day,
am I wrong? Did they not win titles in NXT UK?
I don't think so. We're about to find out real quick.
I thought they won the UK tag titles.
All right, they won it once. Okay. One time.
So that then qualifies that they have won a title.
Oh, for the love of Christ!
See, I thought the reason why I thought they were going to win was because I thought they were going to have MSK chase, and I thought okay, they're going to have a little bit. They're going to put the momentum behind MSK and get them to that big boiling point, and then have them win the title there, like maybe on a SummerSlam takeover weekend or something like that. I thought that was what they were going to aim for. But, I wasn't really – it's not like I was upset or anything over it. I just thought I thought they were going to go that route instead of the other. But anyway.
Ryan's saying the Young Vets could be a good add to Raw or SmackDown. Vince gave a damn about the tag team division. He doesn't. You're not wrong, but he doesn't. I mean, that's just – I've accepted that that's what it is. And if you're looking for tag team wrestling, you're going to have to look at NXT.
I said it the other day. I'll say it again. Merge the two tag team divisions and just let it go. Because up until about 2 days ago, I forgot that Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler held the SmackDown tag team titles. Okay? And I like Bobby Roode.
I have to say, and I'm not ashamed to say this, I think half of the time I forget who the tag team champions are. I actually can't even think off the top of my head right now who the Raw tag team champions are.
The New Day.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. That's always your safe bet, though. But here's the thing:
some clusterfuck of a random Raw tag match.
Think about this entire era of tagging.
That's
for the most part.
Business.
Think about Raw and SmackDown tag team titles. 9 times out of 10, if you didn't know who it was, you could just randomly throw out New Day or Usos, and 9 times out of 10, you would be right. Because they would be the ones holding the belts almost.
But that was back when they were doing decent matches.
But am I wrong though? This entire era is pretty much dominated by them.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm
not taking it away from them, but
I'm ashamed to say it. They were of anybody. I mean, I think in their era, particularly in that prime 3 or 4 years, I still think they were the best tag team in the world. I don't care if anybody.
Well, they were.
People could tell me the Bucks. The Bucks now, the way they work now, are not the Bucks that we saw on the independent scene. They were super kick, Meltzer driver, dive, repeat. Super kick, Meltzer driver, dive, repeat. Same shit over and over. It took me AEW to finally come around on the Bucks. I'm not a fan. I'm blocked by one of them on Twitter. I just wasn't a fan. But
you don't like the super kick parties?
No.
I
and honestly, as someone who is who I look at Shawn Michaels as top to bottom. When you look at the overall package, the in-ring work, the athleticism, and the charisma and the ability to speak, the ability to embody his character and make it something that everybody listens to, is the best performer in the history of professional wrestling, bar none. And when I see a move like the super kick, which was so iconic, bastardized, it annoys me. I'm not the get off my lawn guy, but I agree with Sean. I agree with Stone Cold Steve Austin and all these guys who sit there and I know it was coming. But all these guys, who talk about how they take all these finishing moves and they're no longer a finishing move anymore. A move that put everybody down year after year after year after year suddenly is no longer a finishing move. Suddenly is bastardized by a tag team. And every other tag team. The Usos did that shit too. It's annoying. I have a lot. I lose respect, but it's different now. The way they work now is completely and utterly different because I think you have to be different on a mainstream level.
I agree to that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, too, they weren't even really like that in New Japan, and that may be because, Gato would tell them, like, none of that indie shit here. You're just going to go out there and you're just going to have a spot-heavy match.
That's what it was. Yeah, but speaking of AEW, QT Marshall has his own faction now. What the fuck, man?
Wait, no. I think I was on this program the other night.
Factions.
I said it the other night, and everybody looked at me like I had 7 heads. It's the goddamn NFL of fucking pro wrestling. Because everybody and their 5th grandmother has to be signed to a faction, has to be associated with somebody. We have to have a leader. There must be one we must follow and protect and give all the wins to. Fuck it.
Well, I have to ask, can we officially...
Oh, and the name Pinnacle is stupid.
I know you said that. I have to ask, can we officially announce that Trent's mom is in the faction now? Is she in the best friends now?
We're not doing this again.
We got Chuck and Trent.
We're not
Orange
doing
Cassidy
this again.
And Trent's mom.
We're
and
not doing this
Can
again.
we put the van in the faction too?
We're not doing this again.
We already have Orange Cassidy. We might as well.
No. The best friends are a fucking tag team.
No, they are
not by definition. Not by wrestling definition.
Nope.
The faction is 3 or
faction.
more. That's usually how that works. Either faction or stable, one of the two.
No.
That is a faction.
You want to call the faction Best Friends Forever? Fine. I don't give a shit.
God, you know what?
The
To be
tag
fair,
team, I don't put it past them at this point, but the tag team is the best fucking friends.
I am really surprised Sasha and Bayley didn't call themselves that when they did when they were doing that as their tag team. Honestly, the fact they didn't do that is shocking. But anyway,
why am I here? Fuck off.
I would love, by the way, if we could get a list of every faction in AEW right now.
God, we're gonna do that on another show. Because I can't take that tonight.
How much time we got?
Oh no! Oh God!
Did somebody need something?
No, we don't.
We need the list. Not Jericho's though. We just need the list of factions.
Let me ask Andy then. Is Jurassic Express a tag team or a faction?
Oh, I'm getting out of here for
Jurassic Express. Unfortunately, Jurassic Express is a faction because Marco Stunt's in it. A boy and his dinosaur is a tag team.
Yeah, see,
Andy's...
No. But hold on. To Matt's point, right? The tag team is a boy and his dinosaur.
Uh-huh.
It's the dumbest tag team name I think I've ever heard.
Oh, that shit is awesome.
But at the same time, I love it. It's stupid, but I love it. But the faction is called Jurassic Express. Why it's Jurassic Express, I'll never know. But sure. Well, but adding Marco Stunt, what makes it an express?
Ryan,
why do we go choo-choo?
I disagree with Ryan, by the way, because I guarantee whatever name we throw out, we could figure out how they are in a faction.
Oh, we're going to play 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon with AEW factions. And I'm going to tie it all the fuck back to the Bucks, Cody, and Omega.
Are you still a fan of the Bucks booking?
No. No. Clearly I'm not. What gave it away?
No. Sings Tarzan, the good one.
God, Frank.
Does that be the Phil Collins? Bring us the Phil. That should be what they come out to, the Phil Collins. But anyway.
I don't even remember what match we were on, guys. I have no idea.
Just finished the triple threat for the tag title. We're now going to talk about the fact that SHSU alumni Raquel Gonzalez captured the NXT women's title over Io Shirai in a fantastic match. Huge shout out to the Texas native.
Oh, okay. Of all the Texas natives, that's the one you want to give a shout out to?
So hold on. Let's back up, though. There's a reason we give this shout out. Because our friends over at A2D Gaming, Donovan and Cam, actually went to school with her at Sam Houston.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
They know her.
Cam at to come on here and show the love?
Cam is
he didn't have time to
watching
come on
the
and show the
Astros,
love?
or he's at karaoke. I'm not sure which
He
one.
didn't have time to come on and show love to his fellow alumni?
And to be fair, I didn't give him the option.
Well, I mean, that's
fitting.
Hey,
Yeah,
you said,
that was
hold
so
on. You said you come in peace. Knock it off, you lying little bastard.
Things changed. I was provoked.
I didn't provoke you at all.
Your comments provoked.
Oh God, somebody's touchy tonight.
Where? Who's your sponsor, by the way, so I can put it up here?
Body check.
Okay, thank you.
Well done. Yes, shout out to Raquel. Awesome match. I think, again, somebody that when you take Rhea out, they put the train behind her. They were ready to push her to the moon. I mean, hell, they gave her a tag team title just to say she had a tag team title. I mean, let's be real, right? And now they said, like,
just to justify her going up against Io.
But it did cheapen it. I don't know how you guys felt. I felt a little bit cheap with the comment of she's the first woman to hold the NXT Women's Tag titles and the NXT Women's Championship. That felt a little cheap to me to point that out.
When was that said?
Beth said it. And I think I was a little bit like, well, she didn't really win the tag title, and she lost it the same night.
That's not wrong in the sense that on paper they recognize her.
Well, she's not wrong. I just would not have said it in that moment because my mind immediately went to, oh, here we go. We're gonna start doing this stuff. Just
we always
doing
have to have
things
first.
just to have it to say.
Yeah, we always got to have it first. You know, when we get those big title changes. God forbid you don't have a first to give out at some point. Yeah. They're creating matches just to have first for WrestleMania. So
are we disappointed though? Just to kind of take it back, right? You look at Raquel, well deserved. I'm not taking anything away from her, but who's also currently tied up and chained to Dakota Kai, who has put so much work in that company and done phenomenal character work. And I mean, the in-ring speaks for itself and has not gotten a chance to win the NXT Women's title.
Maybe it turns into something like that? Where
I mean, I'm sure that it will. I mean, they have to have the two dudettes with attitudes break up at some point.
Well, and it'll actually be it'll be a role reverse this time? Oh, no. Wait a minute. Was it Shawn that turned heel or was it Nash that turned heel on Shawn? I forget.
No, Shawn was the heel.
So Shawn turned. So it would be.
They did do a later one, but no, the initial turn. Survivor Series 94, man. Get on it. Jesus Christ, Maddie. I know you were like 7.
I was going to say, Maddie might not have even been born yet.
No, if it was 94, I would have been like freaking 1. Like,
what year were you born?
I was born in 93.
Oh.
So I don't think I would have been able to see that.
Brodo was born in like 96.
So Brodo wasn't even around. So.
If you were, and this is the second time in the second show I'm referencing it, if anybody was able to join us for the Lenny Dykstra experience last night,
and it was an experience.
I don't even call it an interview. I call it the Lenny Dykstra experience. By the way, if you haven't, go back and check it out. It is
not around your children.
It is a headsets are heavily encouraged.
No, required.
Children and maybe even wives, or if you're hardcore chick, husbands not in the room, we're probably also encouraged.
What did JR used to say? Put the women and children to bed on this one.
100%, dude. I watched it. It was like the car crash you couldn't look away from.
I got a text actually while it was happening. Rob had texted me between me and Brian, and he said, "Are you guys listening to what Lenny's saying?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, it must be that bad!" And freaking Rob is freaking texting us.
It was I call it the Lenny Dykstra experience on A2D After Dark. Go back, check it out. It is definitely we thought rated R, but it might be an NC-17 type of show. But see, I'm not that much younger than you. I just turned 36, so perfect cut. Not a monster, but a nicely right.
God damn it, John.
The perfect cut. PC, not politically correct. The perfect cut.
Oh man. Yeah. No, see, this is why you have to have people because you can't make that shit up. That's just stuff that just comes out naturally. It's perfect.
But so the reason I brought it up was he asked the girls what their ages were, and when I think Lindsay said she was born in 2000, I almost fucking died. It's like, oh my own. I was 15 when she was born. Anyway, great crew on there, by the way. The A2D After Dark crew. Check it out every Wednesday night. Go back, check out the Lenny Dykstra experience. No relation to Kenny Dykstra, by the way.
No, not at all. But holy shit, though, I just realized that she's younger than Brodo. Holy shit, she is younger than Brodo.
I think officially our youngest on the A2D.
Yeah,
well, I don't know what year the young fellas on Monday nights were born on Flight Zone.
Oh, they look like they're 6 weeks out of high school.
Man, Andy, you look like you haven't looked like that in 53 years, brother.
Dude, me and Ciampa got a lot in common.
Oh God.
No,
oh, man, if only
at least you don't look like you're straight out of Kensington, though.
Well, yeah, because I
ran Kensington at some point. Jesus,
yeah.
That's actually what Ciampa looks like. He looks like he did ran Kensington at one point in time. Like, holy shit! So you want to know what hardcore is? That's what fucking hardcore looks like.
So does Io come up after this?
Yes.
Do you think we get the blow-off match first?
No.
Maybe you get that this week to get it out of the way. And maybe then she shows up on SmackDown.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Something, I think she comes up. I think she goes to SmackDown. I think you get the blow-off match this week.
I don't want her. The reason I don't want her to go to SmackDown is I've seen her wrestle Bianca. Right, assuming Bianca, which I think she will, takes the title off of Charlotte. I don't want to see her up against Bianca.
Sasha?
Yeah, I was going to say, wait, Charlotte? When did Charlotte win the SmackDown title?
Did I say Charlotte?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I know Friday hasn't happened yet. If you know something we don't. But, you know.
Expect the unexpected? I don't know.
I hate this tag team turmoil match, by the way. This at Mania. I know we're talking NXT, but I hate it more and more I think about it. And not having Bayley and Charlotte on the card annoys me.
I mean, yeah, I think Bayley definitely deserved a spot on the card. And Charlotte, I mean, yeah, that's weird. You didn't see her, period. You know what I mean? It's weird.
I think I liked the original concept that they had of have the Battle Royal have the last two people formulate a tag team. That to me would have allowed you to go Charlotte and Bayley, the last two, and then in say night 2 face Nia and Shayna for the women's title, tag team titles.
That'd be interesting.
Not saying that they won't be added to the gauntlet, but them to be thrown together as a team makes less sense than they happen to end up being tag team partners through a battle royal.
Interesting tag team, though.
I mean, listen, everybody knows the history. Why is it interesting?
Well, because like in all the pairings, I don't think I've ever thought about
Yeah, you don't
Bailey and
need
Charlotte.
anything.
Like, you don't ever,
Bailey and
you don't
Charlotte.
connect the two.
Yeah,
Right?
Makes
There's
it-
history, but
That's what makes it fresh.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
history in a good way.
definitely does.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing.
Well, I mean, I would hope not, because you'd be fucking wrong.
Well,
But you're not wrong. You're right now. Thank you. Good job.
yeah, you're welcome.
There's a Silent Hill, right?
Yeah, this is Silent. Hey, good pickup.
Hey, Silent Hill, what's up, brother? Says they literally have no one on SmackDown as far as women for both Bianca and Sasha to face. Interest-wise, again, agree. It makes it even. Well, I mean, they have Bailey and they have Charlotte there, but they're if we're not going to keep recycling the same programs, it makes sense for Io to go there.
Well, what you could do is, I know Sasha did really well as a babyface and everything like that. You could do the heel thing where she turns heel because she lost the title to Bianca.
Charlotte on Raw.
Oh, okay.
Continue.
But I was gonna say, you have you do the Sasha where she turns heel because she's pissed that Bianca won the title from her, and then you do the rematch where you have Bianca retain the title off of her, and then after that you can bring Io up and then have her work with Sasha. Have Sasha, work with Io to put
Sasha
Io over.
Already a heel.
Well,
she going into Sunday night. She's playing. I mean, sorry.
Technically speaking, yes, but they just haven't done the actual official, here we go, turn thing, So you could do that and then have Io come up, work with Sasha, have Io, have Sasha put Io over, and then you can then have Io eventually. You put space between that before Bianca and her have to face off with each other.
And Bailey.
Yeah.
Io and Bailey. You do Io and Carmella.
You could do that, yeah.
I'm just thinking of names that have been around the title picture over the last 6 months that you could go to before her and Bianca, say, at SummerSlam.
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of in the same ballpark. Like you could put distance between that match. As long as you put enough distance between it, it won't feel like you're rehashing it immediately.
Do you have anything to say back?
No, I mean,
Nope.
when you guys break it, nope. When you guys break it down that way, like who all is on SmackDown, taking Io over there does make a little more sense. I think because for so long I've wanted Io Asuka, and people have talked about Io Asuka. It would be nice to see Io Asuka. It doesn't even have to be for the title, right?
But you could get that down the road with the superstar shakeup or draft,
And
whatever they
we
decide
very
to
well
do.
could, right?
True.
I think it's just one of those. If you're going to bring her up, bring her over, give it to me, and because I'm impatient.
My thing too is, and I have a lot of conversations about this with a couple of my buddies. There's not enough emphasis on non-title women's programs.
That is true.
Again, you can make a program meaningful. We're sitting here naming women who have been around the title picture that are now doing absolutely nothing. I do think that Ronda would end up on SmackDown when she comes back. Eddie Zemhari 99 says Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey coming back to WWE for Mania. So interesting, he brings that up.
Ryan asked it earlier, but we didn't. We were still talking NXT.
Yeah, so before we hit NXT Night 2, and we'll tie a bow on Night 1. I have read, obviously, that Ronda has been working training, and I have read that it is expected that both would be back sooner than later.
I think
both her and Becky.
I can see Ronda being an after Mania surprise.
I could see that, or SummerSlam time. Becky, I think, could be maybe around SummerSlam Survivor Series, maybe a Rumble surprise next year. I think she'll be back sooner than that, but probably SummerSlam or Survivor Series. But very, very interesting that that actually came from. I wonder if I can pull the article up. That actually came from somebody who works for WWE. That both are expected to be back within a reasonable amount of time.
All right.
So keep an eye out for that. But tying up Night 1, Again, shout out to Raquel. Also, by the way, that spot off the skull.
Yeah.
Hitting that grate. First of all, Raquel catching her and just going down on that grate is insane. And, man, it looked like Io cracked her freaking knee on the way down.
Yeah.
Insane spot. And we've seen her jump off the house and all that stuff. But this was just insane to me, coming down on that metal grate.
The only thing I'm not liking with the crazy Io spots that I'm noticing, they're telegraphed that it's coming in the way the camera angles are. Right? If you notice, it was here, and then when she went off the top of the house, and I forget what the other one was, they do a low angle shot, kind of looking up, and then they pan up to where Io's at, or pan out, right? But they start low on whoever she's dropping.
Well, I had no problem with that.
I think it's just starting to get telegraphed me. Maybe because I watch it a little bit differently, because I did video and stuff like that, so I look at it and I pick up on angles. So I don't like it. I don't like when you do the same thing over and over again.
Huh.
It's my one nitpick.
Maddie, you have a response to Andy on that?
I mean, to me, it doesn't really bother me. You know, I honestly, I feel like it's, you know, the only thing that really ever bothers me with production-wise is when they cut 50 million fucking times on certain angles.
So
that's the only thing that really bothers me.
I'm so glad it's not as bad as it used to be, like a year ago. When
Agreed.
Every time somebody got hit, new angle. I was like, no, we're not doing this.
Or they would do it mid-move. They would do the fucking cut mid-move. Like, why the fuck did you cut mid-move? Like, I don't care if it's a better angle. It's mid-fucking move. Like, what the hell?
So, NXT TakeOver 1, Night 1, phenomenal. NXT TakeOver Night 2. Andy.
Night 2, I didn't know if you were going to say something after that. I was changing to the card. So Night 2 starts with Santos Escobar, the interim NXT Cruiserweight Champion, defeating Jordan Devlin, the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, to become the undisputed NXT Cruiserweight Champion.
I am surprised by the result of this match.
I'm not.
Really?
No.
I felt like Jordan Devlin, there was a plan for him before, and I felt like they gave Escobar enough of a run, a really strong run he's had, by the way. And I'm a big fan of his work. I wasn't a fan early, but he has definitely won me over, and he's phenomenal in the ring. But we need a phenomenal count, like we needed a PUS, you know what else, for Lenny last night. He's fantastic in the ring, and I personally was a little bit surprised by this, though.
I think that
to refresh it on the regular NXT program felt like it could have been the time to do it, and to give Jordan Devlin that run in regular NXT, like it seemed he was primed to have.
I think had Escobar not have taken off the way that he did, I think the outcome for this match is very different. I think they want to kind of restart with Devlin, right? Let him build back up to where he was while Escobar's riding high. And as Escobar kind of peaks and starts to make that turn on the backside of this run that he's having, it should be at the same point that Devlin's on the upward. They'll meet in the middle. They'll pass the torch, essentially, and Devlin will get the run that he was supposed to have before everything happened.
Right. Maddie.
What they should have done with Balor years ago.
But this was a really good match. I really like Jordan Devlin. I liked it when he was first around. And I'm happy to see that he's back at it. And Escobar, you know, he's another one of those really talented wrestlers that you have that's available. The thing about like luchadors, you know, like the funny part is a lot of people would say, yeah, they do a lot of similar things, but it's the way they do it. Everyone has like almost their unique way of flying through the air and of connecting with their moves, and it just has a different feel to it. You know, where you can't say Almas is the same as Escobar, or you can't say that another luchador style wrestler is the same as another. You know, I like that about these guys, is that they put their own stamp on it. You know, and I think Escobar really does do that a lot. You know, where sometimes you get guys who are too similar. Like Lince Dorado's too basic. He was too, plain. You know, Grand Metalik was cool with the ropes, but other than that, it was just kind of basic. Escobar, it's like he stands out. That's what I love about him. You know, I like that he stands out like an Almas does or what have you. Which is,
what's sad?
I'm a big fan of that.
You bring up Lince and Metalik more so than Lince. When the Cruiserweight Classic happened and I got exposed to Metalik, I was 100,000,000% invested in this guy. I thought this guy was fantastic. His ring work, phenomenal. Like, he was everything that you want your Cruiserweight division to be. And now he's a fucking member of the Pinata Party.
You don't love the house party?
I did for all of about 10 seconds.
Well, the greatest thing they did was injure Lars Sullivan. The greatest thing they ever accomplished.
That's right. They ended Lars Sullivan's career.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay.
That and his, social media did too. But,
that's got to be held up there with, like, ending the Undertaker's streak.
Hey. No.
I'm just saying.
No.
Let's give props and respect where it's due.
Absolutely. It's just the same as having that great opening match at WrestleMania that Owen and Brett had. It's right up there with those great accomplishments.
That's right. Absolutely. Backlund holding the title for 6 years.
And then holding it for 6 seconds.
8.
8, all right.
Oh.
Hogan slamming Andre. Mm-hmm. And the Lucha House Party taking out Lars Sullivan.
Yeah.
All top 10 WWE or pro wrestling moments of all. That's up there with Hogan turning at Bash at the Beach.
Oh, absolutely. When they make an inevitable Hall of Fame, like a physical Hall of Fame, it will be a picture that will have the Lucha House Party injuring Lars Sullivan at that moment.
Like, wait a minute. What the hell is in the water up there? No.
This is the Lenny Hour.
No, bullshit. This is nowhere near the Lenny Hour. And if you got Lenny to send you some shipment of whatever the hell he was drinking yesterday, I'm out.
And we're talking about that PU double crooked letter. Anyway.
Shut up.
So, yeah, I agree. I was still surprised by this, but I get it. And he's white hot right now. He's been really having a great run. Who beats him? Who defeats him?
Oh man, I don't know. That's a very good question.
That's the thing.
I don't have an answer for you on that one.
I mean, unless maybe the person's not on the roster right now.
Possibly. Well, all right, dumb question, because I don't know off the top of my head. Leon Ruff, is he a cruiserweight?
I mean, you would think he's under 204 or 205.
Let's find out, where is he? Here he is, Leon Ruff.
No, like he's 100. He might be 140 pounds.
He's 157.
Oh, see, I wasn't even that far.
So I could see maybe Leon Ruff.
Leon Ruff defeats him, you think?
I
don't know, man.
If Eli Drake trims down a little, he's 234.
You mean New York Day?
Yeah, New York Day. That putts.
Actually, it depends. Like, if he does an afternoon match, he's New York Day. If he's in a night, he's LA Night. There you go. He's two gimmicks at the same time.
There it is.
I hate you both.
He will never be in a cruiserweight program. Guy's a world heavyweight fucking champion. You better put a little respect on that name. L.A. Knight.
I'm just.
I do love how.
Man.
I love how he puts down it. I do love the old, come out with the microphone and shit on your opponents. Yeah, I do. I do love that.
He's so good.
I think he's phenomenal on the mic.
He's always been so good, and he's another guy. Like, if you like Bobby Roode, you should like him because he's a traditional grappling wrestler, and I love that about him. You need those guys. You need guys like him, Bobby Roode, Randy Orton. You need those guys to counterbalance. I love it.
All right. Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart defend their titles against the Ways, Candice LeRae, and Indi Hartwell.
All right, so should we give Ritz his time to talk about Candice LeRae?
Yes, because I, in fairness, I was in the middle of lazy booking, and I unfortunately did not.
I'm sorry, you're in the middle of what?
I mean, birds of a feather. And listen, I am going on like no hours of sleep over the last 2 weeks.
Oh, shut your mouth because
you shut your goddamn
because
mouth.
in about 20 hours, your punk ass is going to be on a plane.
Oh shit! I forgot to check into my flight.
You stupid bastard!
Oh my god, that's great.
So
I'm gonna do it right now with you.
While Chrome's checking in, let's take Candice LeRae for a moment. Here is a woman who has stolen the hearts of indie wrestling fans across the world. She's an indie wrestling darling. Has put on phenomenal matches. Some we don't talk about anymore.
But you don't check in on them.
Hey, focus.
I'm trying to check in, goddammit. I don't guess you don't check in on American Airlines.
No, because American Airlines is trash.
Flight 2080. Flight 2080. I mean, it's not, but you're probably a Spirit flyer. Shut your goddamn mouth.
First of all, my flight to Vegas was Spirit. The first time I ever flew Spirit.
Oh my god,
those seats were comfy as shit for big people.
Well, you know what, Andy? You lost all credibility on talking about flights when you talk Spirit.
That being said, though, I fly United everywhere I go.
United's a good airline.
Houston's a United hub.
Okay. Well, anyway, because you're not flying them tomorrow, but I'm flying tomorrow. I'm flight 2082, by the way, in case my flight goes down and someone needs to call my mom.
Why would you say that?
I say it all the time. I don't care. If it's going to happen, it's not going to be because I said it.
Good point. But
definitely not superstitious.
No, not at all. But let's be real here, right? Candice LeRae is a fantastic wrestler. I see Eagles fan 85 saying that she's overrated. I can understand why you would think she's overrated, but
I can't understand that. She's phenomenal.
Well, no, because while he may be wrong, he's entitled to his opinion, right? And that's where my understanding stops. Okay. Now, that being said, you put her in title match after title match after title match after title match after bloody title match.
Sensing a theme.
And you still can't get the job done. Right? Now, storyline-wise, she can't get the job done. Behind the scenes, what the fuck is wrong with Candice LeRae that you don't trust her to put the title on her? We're going to put the title on her husband, Johnny. You can put the title on Candice. Johnny can help carry her if you're worried. Right? In the sense of a promo and in the sense of building up things. Right? Because Johnny's a great mouthpiece. But you have Johnny Gargano, decorated champion, can get the job done, wins titles, wins the big ones when he needs to. Candice LeRae, fucking useless. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Doesn't make sense to me. Stop putting her in the picture.
I did see a couple of interesting comments. Nothing to do with Candice LeRae, but John was saying that no one could fall asleep in that blue room of Crohn's. And he also...
Listen,
Wow.
John.
Damn.
It's called the Blue Lagoon, okay? And you're correct. Not much sleeping goes down in the Blue Lagoon.
Then he also went on to say, "Spirit for tall guys sucks ass," and I'm 6'7".
I feel like
Fuck, John,
flying.
you're tall.
Hold on. I feel like flying in general sucks for you, dude.
That's also true. You have to be. He has to be either an emergency aisle
Or like
excellent.
first class front row.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine.
He's the guy that like buys all 3 seats and just lays there.
But to piggyback off of what you're saying with Candice LeRae, I mean, it kind of sucks that, like, it's burying her in front of, like, obviously it's burying because, you put her in title program, she loses every single time. It's like, that doesn't say much, in terms of, like, well, you would think at some point she would get the win and at least get the title, even if it was a short run, So that does say something, that she hasn't won any of her title matches, and she's had a lot of them.
Everything.
I mean, doesn't it?
But at the same token, though, like, I don't necessarily say that she's bad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she's a bad wrestler. I just don't think that they.
I'm gonna have the argument with you guys again, though.
I don't think she's a bad wrestler, but my question goes to the back office. What is the hang? Why do we not trust Candice to have the title?
When do wins and losses in a scripted, predetermined sport really make a difference? It's about the character and the storytelling in the ring, and all of that she does extremely well, which is why she continues to be in main event programs. It's also why she doesn't need a title to catapult her. So again, I ask, why are we hung up on Candice LeRae?
I'm hung up on the fact of, while yes, I do agree with you, wins and losses in a predetermined situation clearly do not matter. I can, yes, agree to that, right? But I lose interest in a program when I know she's not going to win. Right? Like that's where my disconnect comes into play at, is watch this. Yeah, this stuff's great, but we all know at the end of the day, blank is going to go over on
Did you have interest in the Io Shirai Raquel Gonzalez program?
Yes.
Why? You knew who was going to win.
Because I knew because the title was changing hands, number one, but it was going to somebody that deserves it. If I thought Candice, all right, let's take Candice and put her in that.
No. You're changing circumstances.
No, I'm not.
You changed the circumstance.
Hold on. But if we take Candice and you put her in that role, in Raquel's spot, and if you told me that Candice is going to win the title, okay, at this point, I'm invested. Right?
You changed.
No, I didn't.
You said, and I quote, if you put person A against person B, and I already know the person A is going to go over person B, I have no interest in the program. You already knew that person A, Raquel Gonzalez, was going to go over person B, Io Shirai. So why be interested? That's my point.
I'm not commenting on the conversation anymore. We'll move on to another topic.
Well, let me ask you. Let me take it past that. You love The Undertaker. For 21 years in a row, 21 WrestleManias, you knew he was, well, all right, we'll take out the first 10, because the first 10 it wasn't really acknowledged, right?
And I wasn't watching wrestling for the first 10.
I'll give you that. Right? But let's go to where he hits, let's say where he hits his 10th or 11th, where we start acknowledging it, right?
Let's talk like WrestleMania 17 and on.
Did you enjoy that?
So the fanboy in me enjoyed it, absolutely. But the person that understands wrestling said, I know he's still going to win, I would freak out and mark out, and it's the greatest match on the card, right? Because at the end of the day, I fanboyed, but I knew Undertaker was going to win going into it. Till WrestleMania 30.
Are you saying that you have a split personality? You have the one side of you that's the smart, and then the one side that's the fanboy?
Dude, watch a show with me.
Wow. This is true.
If you're home for WrestleMania, hang out.
This is true. He didn't join us last year for WrestleMania.
2 years ago.
No, last year.
Oh, yeah, no, last year. Yeah, last year we watched WrestleMania together. Yeah, Chrome figured out how I watch wrestling.
Yeah, we watched in one of these. Or no, what did we do? House party or something?
Yeah, we did a house party.
I didn't even know. I would have joined. I really would have. I
lose myself in WrestleMania. WrestleMania is my day of jubilee. It is the day that, like, the one day out of the year, nothing can upset me. No one can make me mad. And if you try, go fuck yourself. Okay? But it is my day. And so when I watch wrestling...
2 days this year.
Yeah, 2 days. That's going to be great.
And last year.
And the wrestling could be horrendous. But fuck, it's WrestleMania. Right?
WrestleMania.
Because Crow made a comment the other day. I'm not a sports guy. Right? Crow and I were talking on the phone. I'm not a sports guy. WrestleMania season is my Super Bowl, is my World Series, is my Stanley Cup, is my NBA Finals, right? So this time of the year, I am just a happy-go-lucky, smile plastered on my face chuckle fuck. Right?
Until we start getting some results, and then it's time.
Yeah.
Back to the misery that then builds up for next year's WrestleMania to then lead to the next bit of misery.
It's a vicious cycle. And
It's
the
pretty
misery
great.
usually lasts a few weeks. Like, I'm a bitter fuck afterwards if I'm not happy.
Well, it's a good time to tell people too that there will be live post game shows as well after nights 1 and are you doing night 2 as well?
Yeah, we're doing both.
So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I will be at Mania, but I am going to try to jump on early in the show as I'm walking out of the arenas to just give a kind of instantaneous reaction to the crowd.
On the scene.
I can't wait for this.
So we're gonna give.
Please tell me you're going to be drunk. Please tell me.
This is exactly how it's going to go. It's going to be me and Butters starting it off. We're going to do the video. We're going to do the intro. All right, and now we go to our live correspondent, Chrome.
That's it. That's exactly
Do you want
it.
me there, Andy?
You're in. You're 100% in.
I'll be there. Just if there's a possibility of a drunk Chrome coming on the air, I absolutely want to be there for this.
So I will tell you, I don't drink at WrestleMania because I want to remember everything.
All right. Okay, I got you.
I'm the same way. I don't drink.
Yep.
That would have been great, though.
There's certain things that I won't, and like a WrestleMania or SummerSlam are one of them. If it was like a random like Backlash, I'd be fucking shit faced. I wouldn't care. There you go, brother. Make sure you guys tell all your buddies too as well. Andy and I apologize for WWE booking of yours this year's Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're gonna start a GoFundMe for funeral expenses.
You know what though? I know we've said this before. How many times does the build up to WrestleMania suck? But the card, Chrome's hanging from the pirate shit. Yo, listen, I would if I could. I'll tell you right now, if I could make that happen, you have no idea.
I could see a Chrome in the crow's nest just chilling up there, and that's literally what we'll.
I'm gonna have my button-up shirts and everything. I got everything planned out. We're good.
Oh, God.
Which one are you wearing?
So I'm torn. So night 1, I'm wearing the WrestleMania one with all the logos that I wore on the show.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
So I'm between. I don't know with night 2 because like.
All right. So
it is the 30. Oh, maybe we're on air. You guys can. Oh shit! I took them downstairs.
Well,
I'll get them in a minute. You guys can help me. You guys can help me. We can have like a live, like help me plan out my wardrobe.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
We can let the chat pick your outfit for night 2.
Absolutely.
I will grab him in a minute, but
Chrome sister, help out.
I'm gonna go grab him now. I'll be right back.
Okay, so while you do that, Maddie.
Back to you, Ritz.
Right. What do you think of the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match?
I'll be honest with you. This was probably the one I was least interested in, and I didn't think I would be. And the only reason why is because I kind of felt like, well, I didn't expect Candice and Indi to win, but at the same time, I thought I'm not as massive a fan of Candice's tag team.
See,
I don't really. I'm not as big a fan of the way. Maybe they'll grow on me. I'm not saying they're a terrible idea. It's just they haven't grown on me yet, I guess. But I love Shotzi. I don't. Ember, I could take her leave, honestly. Like, if Ember wasn't there, I wouldn't care. You know what I mean?
Ember's fallen off for me ever since she came back. Like, I was very high on Ember, and I think part of it's because I was there the night she debuted on the main roster.
Gotcha,
right?
yeah.
So like her, Apollo, some of these guys that I watched them debut on the main roster hold a different place in my heart for me when it comes to wrestling. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me, but probably because, holy shit.
Well, what did you expect?
I don't know. On my end, I don't know what happened on your end, but on my end, it freaked out when you came back on.
Oh, okay. It just came back on like normal for me.
Freaked out.
No, we did good on this. All right, here we go. Right.
Yep.
So, this is just for leisure. Goes with my swim shorts. I have my my Macho Man shirt.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So, that's a leisure.
Here, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Boop.
Yes, thank you. All right, so this one.
That's a great.
You can't really say.
There you go.
Has every Mania logo up until last year.
Love it.
So this one I'm definitely wearing one night. So this is where I'm. All right, so I'm wearing this one to the Tampa Bay Rays game I'm going to Monday night. This is Rockin' Austin.
Okay.
So now I'm like in between. So like we're going to like a steak dinner tomorrow at a restaurant and you have to dress semi nice. So one of these I'm going to wear there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
You got to wear the Macho Man one. You got to stand out because it's going to be a little light.
No. Wait. So whatever one I wear tomorrow, I'm wearing the other one to WrestleMania. So I have the classic that I've worn before. And the reason I'm thinking about wearing it is the 30th anniversary since this WrestleMania. And it is Hogan Warrior.
You cannot wear that to a fancy steakhouse.
Which, no, I have the matching mask.
Then you kind of have to. If you got the matching mask.
I have...
That is your WrestleMania shirt because it's the goddamn Undertaker.
Career versus Streak, and I have an Undertaker mask here.
That's your WrestleMania shirt.
Coordinated. See the coordinated thing.
Where the break?
And then I have a Rock mask for the Rock Austin shirt.
Okay.
Which, real quick, and she'll probably appreciate that I'm doing this, even though she would never ask me. Shout out to my friend Steph Young for making these for me from old sheets, like old bedding that she had from when she was a kid.
Okay, I was going to say.
Oh, she had old Undertaker and Rock stuff? Cool.
Yeah. Nice. So she made these masks for me.
See, like, I'm over here thinking Chrome had, like, sheets from when he was, like, 10.
No, you know what? I had those sheets, and I mean, you couldn't make a mask out of them because they're too big, but I wish I still had them, though. I had the ones with, like, the Ultimate Warrior, the Legion of Doom, the cartoon ones.
Yeah.
I had those. They were the freaking best.
So wait, I got a private message.
Okay.
Saying, "Oh God, no, not the first one."
Not the Macho Man one.
No, the Macho Man one. I don't think they want you to wear the not the Macho Man one. The
WrestleMania one.
No, hold on, shut up. The Warrior Hogan one.
Oh my God, that thing is. I'll be able to find myself if I'm on.
You look like something
that.
out of Nick Studios.
I love it.
WWE looked like something out of Nick's Studios back then. What are you talking about?
Good point,
man. Look, I got the mask. We're good. We're good.
By the way, wear your mask, folks, when you're in public. Do what Mike Chrome is doing. God damn it. That's a.
I don't think I've ever called him Mike in like the entire time I've ever met him.
You know what? It was the mask threw me off. I didn't realize it was him.
I feel like I should be in retribution right now. Let's fucking go.
We would call you Goo or some shit like that since it's a Nickelodeon-like mask.
Call him Slime.
It's Slime. So Ryan has a vote here. Ryan Hart on the chat. He says, "Where's the Mania shirt to dinner?" He wants you to wear it to the
I gotta wear it to WrestleMania. That one I specifically brought. I bought that one to wear to a WrestleMania a year ago, which I didn't get to go to, so I have to wear that this year.
John says, "I agree with Andy on the shirt for Mania. Taker HBK."
I might go that route, but then I have to wear this one to dinner tomorrow then. Although we're going to Hogan's Hideaway for a steak lunch or for lunch, so I could wear this to Hogan's Hideaway. So maybe
what are you going to wear to dinner tomorrow night?
Oh, okay, hold on. I got more. You can help me out. Hold on.
How did this turn into the Chrome Fashion Show?
Because when have we ever been on the rails on this shit?
Good point. But no, to go back to the way conversation, I'm not a big, like to your point, I think they haven't grown on me yet. It feels, I'm very disconnected with them. I like each of them individually, and tonight, Indi really, hold on, Chrome, before you go into what you're thinking.
I know, you're going, you're good.
Indi really stepped up for me. Like, I liked what she did tonight. I thought she was the star of that match tonight.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, overall though, you know, it sucks. Ryan's excited. It's just funny to say, like, you know, like this was the least interesting match for me, but that's not to say that it was a terrible match. It wasn't a bad match. It's just, I wasn't as into this, and it was weird because I thought I would be more into this because I love Shotzi. I thought I'd be more into that, but I wasn't. Maybe it's just because, like I said, the way hasn't grown on me yet. Give it time, though. I guarantee you it'll be, at some point, I'll be like, oh, shit, the way. Yeah, they got to win those tag belts, like, now, you know? But for now, it's just kind of there.
All right. Continue with the Chrome Fashion Show.
Okay, so I have Bray Wyatt.
No, we got to do
the Firefly Funhouse.
Okay.
We had the Firefly Funhouse.
I forgot you. Didn't you wear that when I was over for SummerSlam? Was that the one you were wearing?
I did wear that for SummerSlam.
You don't have the stones to wear that to a steakhouse.
And my ex-girlfriend at the time.
What are you talking about?
My ex-girlfriend at the time wore this one.
Nope. That's the one you have. That's the steakhouse one. By far.
I'm thinking I'm going to go with this one. Randy Savage, Deep Thoughts.
That's a good one.
No, boo.
But you see, I feel like a vibe of that's the one where, you know, you and your girl are walking romantically on the beach. That's the one you wear for that. You know what I mean? Right. Like that's the vibe for that.
Just kind of let her know that I'm really thinking deeply about her. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then there's Undertaker and Paul Bear.
That's a good one.
That could be steakhouse worthy. I still like the Fiend one for the steakhouse. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And then,
especially if you get it depends on how you get your steak. Do you like your steak like rare, medium rare? What we talking here on the steak side?
Oh, you get it medium rare.
Medium rare. Okay.
Yeah.
Last one. Rowdy
Piper.
Nah. No.
Now I also have a rock one, but it's a Christmas themed one with Christmas balls, and it says Jingle Bell Rock. So I didn't think that's really appropriate for the time of year.
No, not really.
Not right now. But I mean,
a bunch of rocks and him in the stockings and stuff, and with the Brahma bulls. And it's like those.
But I would say though, like, since you are getting that medium rare steak, I mean, I do feel as though that Fiend one probably does fit the bill. You know.
We have to bring it up now.
It's been mentioned.
It's still in here. Hold on.
Take a look.
man,
You'll find
what a
it. I'm sure you
fail.
will.
What
Did they
a
get rid of
fail.
it? I think they got rid of it.
As-
It's gone, guys.
Really? No way. No way.
And
did
actually,
they take that out.
believe it or not,
We can only have so much stuff back here. So I think
Sunday
they had to.
is the anniversary of the stash.
Oh my God.
Oh Christ!
Please tell me when you pop in on Sunday for that post show, you're going to have that motherfucking stash going
Well,
again.
no, I just
No,
trimmed,
because he's got like
actually,
fucking peach fuzz.
I actually just trimmed it. I trimmed my beard down and my mustache. So
Damn, that would have been a perfect timing.
You got a Fiend shirt for the steakhouse, Taker shirt for Mania.
we'll see. I'm thinking I'm gonna wear this to the steakhouse tomorrow.
I mean, I'm okay with that too.
I just because
I just don't think you have the stones to walk into the steakhouse with the Fiend shirt on.
I have the stones, but I like this better. I want to go. I'm trying to go all Mania theme if I can.
Well, the Fiend's
All
at Mania.
Yeah, but it's
Right.
not a... Yeah.
It's not like a Mania rivalry shirt.
Fair.
Although,
So,
at this
I'm
point,
thinking
for how
I'm
many
going
times-
Hogan Warrior because Hogan Warrior is the 30th anniversary of it.
I mean, I'm okay with that too.
I will say this, though. For how many times Wyatt and Norton have faced off at Mania at this point, might as well make a rivalry shirt out of that.
Actually, I'm... What?
I agree with Maddie.
Oh, I didn't even hear what he said.
I said for as many times as Wyatt and Norton has faced off with each other at Mania, you might as well just fucking make it a shirt at this point.
I know. We're getting there. Only if they put like the weird images that were in the middle of the ring at 33 on there.
Oh my
No.
God. That was such a lame fucking match. It was so bad. I think
I was there.
I have very rarely piss braked on a WWE Championship match, but I did that time. That's how bad it was.
We've talked about it before. They reverse booked that. It should have been Orton winning the title, Wyatt winning the Rumble, and Wyatt winning the title at Mania to build a new star. That's what should have happened.
Yes.
But
As Ryan was saying, by the way, if there's a post-Mania auction, let me know because he's intrigued by those shirts. And by the way, the Fiend shirt's a good Sunday shirt.
yes, it is. I should have wore that on Easter. Can you? Yes. Oh, I'd have to go downstairs and get it.
Well, now you got to
Yes,
go
you
downstairs now.
I know. This is what this. You guys just keep doing the recap, and I'll just jump in. I
Yeah,
gotta go get my
Sure.
figures.
You keep doing it. You do
I
you,
don't think
boo-boo.
I don't think I ever heard that on the air. You guys.
I'm a
keep
man.
talk-
I'm a man of the people. So
I never thought I'd hear that on the air. You guys keep talking wrestling. I'm gonna go get my action figures. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Let's
it was
go.
bound to happen sooner or later.
Good point. Since we're already talking about Johnny Gargano and the way, let's talk about Johnny Gargano versus Brosnon Reed. Great matchup here. I thought Brosnon Reed looked fantastic. I honestly thought Bronson was going to take the win here. It made a lot of sense for him to do it. Having Austin Theory at the outside was fantastic. At one point, I don't remember what Bronson hit him with, but you just hear Austin going, "Johnny, wake up. Johnny, wake up. You need to wake up now."
I really love this matchup too, and I'm a big fan of Bronson Reed. I like what he brings to the table. I am a little surprised that they didn't give him the big L. Big L. They gave him the big L. I'm sorry, I mean the big W. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think he'll get the title. He'll get the North American belt at some point.
I agree.
I'm not really all that offended that Gargano won. It's just I was just surprised by it. That's all.
I'm not offended by it at all, right? I just think that they set it up for Bronson to win, and Gargano can survive a loss here.
But I like what they did though, where they kind of give you that idea of okay, it still protects Reed in a way because Reed did wrestle the night previous. So in a way, you can kind of get out of that of saying, okay, Reed can lose here, and it doesn't kill him either. So in a way, if you were going to have him retain, this would be the time to do it. You could make it.
Brian makes a good point here. I think it's a missed opportunity not having it Gargano and Loomis.
True.
We all know, and somebody asked me, I forget who asked me, yesterday, I think it might have been Ralph might have messaged me asking me if this is their big event. And we all know that August is the big time for NXT because of, as you see on Chrome's shirt there, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn has always been their big show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I can see that being a build-up to the SummerSlam. Oh, God. I hear a lot of hustling and bustling over there.
He's got a lot of those figures now.
John, this is for you, my dude. Happy birthday from all of us here at A2D and A2D Wrestling. Chrome, take it away before we get into the Karrion Kross Finn Balor match.
Yeah, hey, I mean, and actually there's going to be some new ones that make a debut here because I did manage to finally go and get all my other figures that were already boxed away before I went and picked up that sweet lot of figures I got that one night. So I'm happy to share the updates to the collection. I have a lot of figures, by the way. Holy shit. I did not realize I had this many figures.
It was kind of like me when I realized I had that many
coming
CDs.
out of the box here. This is a very unexpected, guys. I'm so sorry.
I want to know how we got here.
Okay. Are you really surprised this got off the rails like this?
Not really, but like we got to action figures somehow.
Well, John, these are for you, John. Happy birthday. Hacksaw says happy birthday. Hey. Oh. And hey, let's not forget about if you're looking to do some strutting and cutting, there's Brutus for you.
Brutus.
All right.
Give him a bump before he goes out.
Hey, here comes the Axe. Here comes the Smasher. Walking disaster.
Don't sing.
That was a great theme though. Back in the day, badass theme they had.
Why does it look like he's doing the people's eyebrow?
Jake the Snake.
It doesn't.
Doesn't the way you had it turned a little bit, I saw people's eyebrow. Shut your mouth.
I will say though, when Jake, one of his themes that were really cool back in the day, his theme song was great anyway. But when you hear "Trust Me" at the very beginning, I always liked that at the very end of his run in WWE. So cool, just because Jake was just so creepy sounding, you know.
This one's a little discolored, but
Honky Tonk Man,
the
greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time,
who right now looks like he looks like the dude from Big Lebowski. If you've seen his recent pictures.
Oh yeah. By the way,
did somebody ask for Rick Rude? That's for you. There you go.
We would say Sweat Hogs.
No, stop.
We would, John, where are you from? So that way we can do the Sweat Hogs promo. But anyway.
Here's one for you. Papa Shango.
Ooh, there you go.
Yes, Lenny's Perfect Cut, sponsored by the Barbershop.
Oh my God, yes. That is fucking perfect. Perfect. Oh my God.
We have anybody out here doing some hard time? There you go.
Serving hard time.
Hard time. Tax season, don't forget. Tax season, guys.
You still haven't paid your taxes.
Good friend of the show. Good friend of the show. Couple times guests.
Oh, the Bushwhackers. Oh, there we go. There we go.
I do have a couple of the current ones, too. Hey, I got two of these guys, by the way. Spectacular. Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior. Load the spaceship up with the rocket fuel. Load it with the Warriors.
AJ Styles, by the way. I did buy some of the current ones to go with the new ones.
We just jumped 20 years.
Relax. We're going to go back in the Wayback Machine. A little Seth Rollins action for you.
The Messiah.
I don't know, are we calling him Moxley or Dean Ambrose? I don't know. He looks like he's from Kensington, too.
We'll call him Doxley. That's what we'll call him.
Hey,
no, we're not.
There he is right there, the guy. The Macho Man.
Oh, okay. It actually, from the way the lighting is, it looked like his face was burnt, but it was just the glasses with the shadow.
with the $1 million belt.
Another guy who we had on A2D radio.
I might take him to WrestleMania with me.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Simply because I feel like he's made these little appearances now that I need to travel with him and take random pictures with him at places. So Hogan may make his return back to WrestleMania.
I will say though, if you're gonna wear the Warrior Hogan shirt, you have to take a picture of him with it. You know what I mean? You kind of have to do it.
Maybe I have to take Warrior with me too. And last but not least, John, and this is not a wrestling one, but I found this and I think you would appreciate it, particularly at your age, buddy. Remember the little penny doll?
What the hell is that thing?
Wait. He talks, right? Look, see his mouth move? Wait. Shit, he's not working now.
What the actual fuck is that?
That's Little Penny from the Little Penny commercials with Penny Hardaway.
Okay.
It was sneaker commercials.
Actually, John's upset that you don't have a little Undertaker buddy, but hold on, because I have an action figure just for Andy.
Oh, wait. I do have Undertaker. I don't even know what I did with him, though.
Can we talk about the Finn Balor Karrion Kross match now?
Listen, yes, I'm a man of the people. I had to respect his birthday.
What about this little guy?
Oh, I had that, the rubber guy?
Yeah.
I think I have that around here somewhere.
Got him over at a toy show. I was like, might as well. Got to get the Undertaker.
Them old ones are cool, man. I'd love to get the old rubber ones. If you didn't get a chance to, there is a show about old collectible toys from like the 80s and 90s. Power Rangers, Andy, did you watch that episode?
I have heard about this. I feel like I've watched it when I heard about it because it's been a little bit, but I don't remember it.
They do a Power Rangers one and a wrestling figure one. I learned a lot about wrestling figures, so it's pretty phenomenal. Go check it out if you can. It's on Netflix. Yes, Karrion Kross and Finn Balor. Are we surprised or not surprised by this result? I think this had to happen, correct?
Yeah, I think it had to happen.
Yeah.
You got blurry, Andy.
Oh, shit.
I think he hit something.
Yeah, it made like a gong sound.
Dude, if that happened right now, there's a point where I wanted to put like colored lights up here and cue the Alexa off of my phone to just do that, but I was like, no, it's too much work.
That is a lot of work.
But I'm okay with this. I think Balor's run with the title was getting kind of stale. You know, especially when you look at some of the last takeovers, he really wasn't featured very well.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's in a very weird spot in his career where he just kind of exists. Nobody's burying him, but he's also not doing anything super spectacular. He's just existing in limbo right now. And Karrion Kross is on that, we talked about the inclines right now. We talked about inclines. That he's on that incline since coming back from his shoulder separation, to where having the title on him, I think, is the right direction for NXT.
Sure.
Yeah, this is a good chance for them to pick up where they left off with him because, unfortunately, because he suffered that injury, kind of put a damper into a few things, to say the least. So now that he's back, got a chance for him to get the championship back, have a good run with it. I think that it's just back to business for Karrion. Yeah.
Well, I think too, right? So what I like about the timing of it, I've always been a fan of Killer Kross, Karrion Kross. I don't know how I felt about him being completely and totally indestructible previously, though. So it does seem like they've kind of scaled that back a little bit since he's returned, and I like that because it does humanize him a little bit more. But he's still a dominant force, right? So, I think Balor's run was fine. I thought he had, some really great matches that came out of that run that he had that put him back on the map. But I think, youth must be served, or fresh faces must be served, and I think that Karrion Kross was the right call at this time.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to get great matches out of that, when hopefully, fresh matches. And I think also, too, there'll be a chance with Karrion, other guys who could get into the title picture, too. It's a chance because, he can elevate other people as well, and that's always great when you can get that cycle of guys who can come in, be a new, fresh face to the title picture, and also help elevate other guys as well as he continues his run and have fresh matchups with guys who've been there for a little while.
Agreed.
Yep. O'Reilly, Adam Cole. This match goes almost an hour, coming in at 40 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I think we covered a lot of it. I mean, we were on for probably, 10 minutes of it-ish?
Yeah, about 10 minutes of it.
It was, I think we said it earlier, and I'll just reiterate what I said. It was everything this needed to be. It was everything that a blood feud should be. Not a blood, God bless you.
Bless you, Ritz.
Thank you.
Not a blood feud on, over who's calling somebody stupid. This is a legitimate, actual blood feud between two guys who were best friends, who all came into the company with a common purpose, who have worked in the same companies elsewhere and did the grind together. And to come out and put on a show like they did tonight, to really, truly lay it out there the way they did tonight, should be applauded, commended. If on the Chrome scale there's a 5-star match, this was 4.85. It was as close to 5 stars as you can get.
Yeah.
I didn't like the beginning. I thought it kind of started. This is such a nitpick, by the way. It was a little hokey. Like the spot where they get in and O'Reilly whips Cole into the corner and follows up with a kick. It was a little sloppy to start. But once they got a couple moves in and started getting into their groove, it was lights out. That's kind of why I knocked maybe a 0.15 off. I felt like it started slow and sloppy, but once it went, it went.
I think, and again, you are nitpicking, right? But I don't disagree with you.
It's a total nitpick.
Right. From start to finish, from the moment in the back where you see them kind of walking to Gorilla to, the finish, everything kind of hit every single mark for me. Even so much to add I call it the steel cage music, right? When they're lowering the steel cage, that bum, 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 bum. You heard that in the background, for them walking up. And then both of their entrances, I like the two totally different feels, right? Even Adams was very well, was far enough removed from Shock the System that it felt very different. Kyle O'Reilly 180'd everything. Kind of went with this Misfits punker kind of look. And from the moves to the violence to, even the people in the arena, I think it's the first I've ever heard people chant, "He chose violence." Right? And the commentary team, Maddie, you came on in the stream a little bit before Chrome did. We were talking how the commentary team was phenomenal tonight. Wade Barrett, Beth Phoenix, and what's his name? Vic? Yeah, Vic Joseph. I wanted to say Vic Jones, and I knew it wasn't Vic Jones. The three of them managed to take everything and elevate it so much more than what it already was. We always complain about the commentary team. I think tonight, everybody was a well-oiled machine for those last 40 minutes of programming. Not just Kyle, not just Adam. And, Chrome, you said it. I think you said it as soon as we came on the show, that this is a very top contender for match of the year for 2021. I think it's for, overall performance for everybody. It's fucking segment of the year. Because it was a segment. Right? It was almost an entire show in some aspects, right, in of itself. So there's not very many matches, just because of the way that I am, that I can go back and watch because I remember them so well. This is one that I will go back and watch it with the same interest and enjoyment of seeing it the first time.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny with this match. I remember I had a Wrestle Kingdom, and ironically enough, it was an ROH World Championship match. It was Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole, and that match was amazing. And that was well before they were even thought of by WWE. Sure enough, they come in here. They got a chance to face each other in WWE television, and it's funny looking at both of those. Crazy to see how much they've grown since then. You know, as wrestlers, as performers, as everything. You know, and it's amazing how when you go through somebody's career, you see parallels where it's like, wow, I remember seeing this at Wrestle Kingdom one year, and here we are all these years later at a WWE event, and it's different in a great way, and it's got so much story behind it and everything. It's not just for a championship. It's not even about a championship. It's just about pride. It's just about pride and wanting to beat the shit out of the other guy. And you know what? It's amazing just to see what they brought to the table, you know, and how they brought so much more to the table this time around, or because they've had so much time to grow and how much time to add to it. That's a perfect example of when you don't have someone face each other for so long and they get a chance to face each other again and they have experience with each other, they can take something from their most recent matches that they've had, bring something to that rivalry that was never there before, or bring something that was from back in the day, add that in that you haven't seen in a long time. And I feel like they did a lot of that. And it was really, really great to see from both guys, you know. And this was an amazing match. I mean, Chrome had said it before the show. This may very well be match of the year, and it's definitely made one hell of a case for itself. It's the nice measuring stick set for 2021. Good luck trying to reach it. Good luck.
Yeah.
Chrome, you're on mute.
To what you said too, Andy, when you were talking about the commentary team, right? I think a lot of people's real first impression of Vic Joseph, because of the circumstance, was not very good. But I love Vic Joseph with Wade Barrett and with Beth Phoenix. I think that trio of a commentary team is off the charts.
Because they play off each other so well. Absolutely.
I totally agree with you. And when you look at even just the little things of I mean, to me, you know, I loved Nigel McGuinness. Yes. And I thought that I would miss him tremendously. And it pains me to say that Wade Barrett makes me not miss him an ounce. I think that Wade Barrett, he's a guy that never got to the level that he should have been. A lot of it was injuries. But he's just such a smart guy. He was always a very articulate, well-spoken guy who clearly had a knowledge and a knack for the business. And I'm just happy he's back, to be honest, because it does. This match on its own stands on its head, right, Maddie? When you talk about a goaltender standing on their head, right? This match stands on its head. You add that commentary team, that's next level shit. And it's a whole. You're right, Andy. It becomes a segment. It becomes an experience, a story being told by the guys in the ring, the referee who's officiating, by the crowd in the audience, and by the commentary team. And on all points, it clicked tonight for me.
Yep.
Last thing we should mention before we go off the air, we saw the vignettes leading up to it. Frankie Monet, Taya Valkyrie, expected to make her debut this Tuesday.
Where
I'm very excited.
Where does this name come from?
I don't know. I mean, maybe she made it up. Who knows?
Okay. And is the dog a thing?
Yeah, the dog is. It's her dog. So
I figured it was her dog, right? But I don't remember over the last few years seeing a dog. And years, I say months, right? 2020 felt like 5 years.
Well, she had the stuffed dog for a while in Impact, but I'm pretty sure towards the end of her Impact run, the real dog was around.
Okay. That threw me off.
The only other female I could think of who carried her puppy out to the ring with her was Tori Wilson towards the end of her WWE career.
Yeah, no, it's
don't put that puppy anywhere near Perry Saturn.
Oh God. Or
Boss Man. But anyway.
I can't remember who the other guy was. I just remember Perry Saturn.
He did. Yeah, I went there. Sorry. I got his figure though.
Yeah.
You have
Well, listen, great show tonight. Anything, before we wrap up, you guys have any last notes or anything from TakeOver that you want to drop in?
No, not really. I mean, we're going to drop the Universal Predictions ballots tomorrow.
Cool.
I wanted to make sure that SmackDown didn't completely fuck me over. So I'll drop those, and then I'll drop the Ritz versus Butters challenges tomorrow as well. Chrome, I'll get you yours before you get on the plane.
Okay. Did I do the last one, or did you do it for me?
No, you didn't.
Did you do it for me?
Nope.
Oh, you dummy. The team captain, that's what you do. You got to pick up my slack.
You got buried on that recap show because you didn't do one. The chat buried you because we lost by like 4 points.
Oh, well, that's your fault for not. You never even told me about it.
Don't you go there.
We'll
You're
take
in every single chat.
We'll take the technicality win on that one. So Team Butters gets the win on that one. We'll take that.
That's what happens when you have a captain that doesn't lead the ship the right way, right? He's no Slick. He's no Bobby the Brain. Thank you, John. I appreciate you, brother. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm snoring. What chokeslam me into the grave right now.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
But
I love it.
Would you say that Ritz is Harvey Whipple?
I don't even know if I can go there. I don't even know if I
Maddie,
can
what
that
did
much
I ever
credit.
do to you?
What, he won the women's title?
Yeah, no, you're getting your ass whooped.
Kimchi, maybe?
I'm flying up.
Wait, what did you say? Kimchi? Did you say
kimchi?
I'm gonna buy like a late Saturday. I'm gonna buy like an early morning Sunday flight. I'm gonna fly to Philly. I'm gonna whoop your ass, and I'm gonna hop on a plane and come back home.
I mean, at that rate, why wouldn't you just hop on the plane and go to WrestleMania then?
Yeah, good point.
No, I don't mean this weekend.
See, again, this is what I talk about. The captain not using his head on things here.
No, there are other reasons I'm not going to WrestleMania this week.
I know.
It's called not being allowed to go back to work.
Yeah, I hear you. But listen, fun stuff, guys, tonight. Appreciate you. John, happy birthday to you. For everybody that watched, listened, commented, shared, subscribed, everything else, appreciate you guys. Continue to do that on every A2D show that we have on here. Thank you to Body Check Wellness. Don't forget, bodycheckwellness.com. Promo code A2D is going to get you 20% off anytime former Philadelphia Flyer Riley Cote joins the Hockey Happy Hour. They have another package that they sell that you can get 40% off of that. So make sure you guys are checking them out. Thank you to our doc, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton, New Jersey. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. No appointment necessary. For yourselves, anybody that you know, tough times right now, mental health, addiction, all that stuff right now, stuff that people don't want to talk about, major issue in this country. For yourself, for anybody you know, if you need somebody to reach out to, we're proud to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. So if you need to make a call, 856-651-8117. Again, it's 856-651-8117. Did I get that number right?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, make sure you reach out to them. And again, looking to buy or sell a home, if you're looking to change your career or brokerage, contact Alan Foy at eXp Realty LLC at 302-682-8820 or visit him at alan.foy@exprealty.com.
Guys, did you see John's last comment?
Yeah, I saw it. I'm not putting it up.
I know.
What's it say? Put it up. What did it say?
Nope.
It says, picture Lenny Dykstra as Val Venus. I choppy your pee-pee.
Don't forget, go back, check out the Lenny Dykstra experience. For myself, for Maddie, for Andy, guys, listen, enjoy WrestleMania. Make sure you guys are coming back with these guys and Butters for your WrestleMania wrap-up post-game shows. I'll hop in when I can, try to give you guys an on-site experience. But for myself, for these guys, for Ryan Broda, who popped in on us a few times, and for everybody at A2D, be safe. We love you guys, and take care, and have a great week and a better weekend.
Enjoy Mania.